Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple and my nose itches. Okay, okay, it's me Stacey at Scrapbooking Made Simple and it's time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 228. Of course, this is not Saturday, it's Sunday. And I released this YouTube a day later because we've been having the Spellbinder Warehouse sale going on. And you know that's one of our 5 big sales a year where the shipping policy is it ships when it ships. You want the die for 75 cents that normally costs $9.99? Well, then you have to accept it ships when it ships. So I didn't want to show you this product during that sale. I thought it was best to postpone the YouTube for a day, release the YouTube after the Spellbinder Warehouse sale is all over, and that way we're back to normal shipping and not a ships when it ships policy. So I'm really excited to bring you this bundle that I have from Ultimate Crafts, and I am going to show you the bundle first. I'm going to go through it, so if you like it, you can go purchase it. Why? Because we're very, very limited as to how many we actually have. Now, if you don't like the bundle, that's okay. You're going to want to stay tuned anyway, because while I'm going to show you a little bit of what we've done with the bundle, then I'm going to take it and I'm going to flip it upside down and I'm going to do something completely and totally unexpected with some of the product in the bundle. And hopefully it will show you that you can take things that you might have thrown away or said, oh yeah, no, I'm never going to use this, and reinvent it into something you can use and you will use and you'll be happy with. So I'm excited to do that. I'm going to talk about Winter Winter Chicken Dinner. My nose still itches. I'm going to talk about Winter Winter Chicken Dinner because we have 2 from the last YouTube. And also I have to tell you, I'm very proud of myself. I do believe I have mastered or come very close to mastering tape runners. All of you sent suggestions about going kind of whipping it to the side, and I just had to lighten up. I was so tense using them. I just had to lighten up, and I had to become one with the tape runner, and I had to understand, okay, just be the tape runner. Be the tape runner. And I think I have almost got it down. I am Yvette, one of our customers who comes in on Saturdays. Yvette, she was almost in tears watching me use the tape runner because I just did it without any problem. She's like, I'm so proud of you. So I'm going to put on my glasses. We're going to talk about Winter Winter Chicken Dinner from last week, which was the Spellbinders Mixage and the mousse from Tonic Studios. 2 of you have won a nice little selection of that. And how do you claim your prize? Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look for the link that says Winter Winter Chicken Dinner. Click it, follow the directions, and we'll confirm that you are actually our winner, and then get your prize out to you just as quickly as possible. How do you be in the running for prizes? Easy. You have to click the red subscribe button to Scrapbooking Made Simple on the YouTube channel. You have to go to YouTube, youtube.com. Go to type in Scrapbooking Made Simple. You'll see my face. Click the channel, hit subscribe, and then you can post a comment on this YouTube. And we always pick 2 Winter Winter Chicken Dinners from every YouTube, and they win a selection of the products that we're using. The prizes are usually really very wonderful. Now, I've got my 2 winners here. And again, it was on the Spellbinders Mixage. Do you want to know if you are our Winter Winter Chicken Dinner and going to be doing the happy dance? The happy dance. All right. If you are, oh, I love this name. It's so easy. And it was my dad's name, Dale. Dale Lewis. Congratulations, Dale Lewis. Look, I didn't even have to look down to see it. I got it. Dale Lewis, congratulations to you. But you're not alone. You always have a friend. We always do 2. Oh, this one's not too bad either. Cindy Pricer and Dale Lewis. Congratulations, girls. You are this week's Winter Winter Chicken Dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Now, the winner from this YouTube, they're going to win the bundle. So they're not going to have to go worry whether they got it or not. They're going to actually win the bundle, and I have 2 of them to give away, and I'm really excited about that. I am going to tilt on down. We are going to get started for today. It's good to be here on a Sunday. And remember, I'm going to start with the product in the bundle. That way, if you love it, you can run to scrapbookingmadesimple.com and order it. We do still have a few left in the store, but when they are gone, they are gone. This was a very special purchase, and I'm limited to how many I have. So hopefully it floats your boat, and if not, that's okay. Stay tuned, because I'm going to do something with some of this product, and you may have similar product already at home and be able to incorporate this into what you already own. All right, down we go, everybody. It's good to see you. All right. It's weird. I'm up here on a Saturday. Usually I'm here Friday night, and it's Saturday, and I'm in Mr. SMS's office, so it feels a little weird being up here on a Oh, wrong way. How's that? Does that work? I'm going to scooch me over just a little bit. Okay. So this is one of the carts that they made downstairs. We already have completed the in-store make and take, so if you wanted to do this, you'd have to buy the bundle. But all of this product, with the exception of the ribbon, that's Simply Defined Seam Binding ribbon, all of this product came out of the Ohhhlala bundle. And that is the name of the bundle. It's the Ohhhlala collection from Ultimate Crafts. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to walk you through what you get in the bundle. And then you can pause me or you can continue on. It's up to you at that point. First off, you get the trim. So there's 4 different trims, and there's about a yard of each. So you're going to get the trim. Then you're going to get stamps. They're all sentiments. Each and every set is sentiments. There's 1 set. The second set. I love the, you can never have too much happy. I think that's super cute. And then the third set. So yes, there are 3 stamp sets. You Are My Sunshine. They've got really nice sentiments, very generic, so that they can be used all year round. So you've got the 3 stamp sets. Now the stamp sets sell for $14.99 each, just to give you an idea. Then we have the 6x6 paper pack, which is what I'm going to be playing with a little bit today. And I just want to kind of rifle through so you can see. It is double-sided. Great for guy cards. Really pretty paper. So you've got the 6x6 paper pack, double-sided, of the Ohhhlala collection. Then we have 2 dies. We have a peacock feather, and that's the size of it so you can get a better understanding. It's pretty darn big. 4.7 inches by 2.2, so almost 5 inches. Pretty darn big. And then we have the labels set, where you actually get 3 dies. And again, nice sized. You'll see them in the samples. Nice sized. Then you get 2 sets of die cuts and sentiments and borders. Both sets. And they have a ton in them. Truly a ton in them. Lots of good stuff in there. And these are what we're ultimately going to be playing with today. Finally, if that's not enough, you get 1 5x7 embossing folder, the second 5x7 embossing folder, the third 5x7 embossing folder, and the fourth 5x7 embossing folder. So you end up with 4 embossing folders. You have 2 sets of borders and words and die cuts. You have 2 different die sets, one of them that has 3 dies. You have the 6x6 paper pad. You have 3 stamp sets. and the ribbon. Oh, all of that in the bundle. All of that comes in this great little package. How much? Retails for $150.75. Your price is $29.99 for everything. $29.99 for everything I showed you. The 3 stamp sets, the 2 die sets, the 4 5x7 embossing folders, which means you can do A2 cards, A6 cards, and 5x7 cards in here because, or mats, because it's big enough. The 6x6 double-sided paper pad, the ribbon, and the 2 die cut packs. Now, if you like all of that and you love the price, pause me and go get it. If you're still not sure, I understand. Stay tuned. You may have a change of heart. But even if you don't, I think what I have to show you will at least help you with maybe some of the product you already own and you don't know what to do with. Now, on this card here that we did, first thing I want to show you is just quickly that we took the 2 pieces of paper. We only used paper. We only used paper out of the paper pack. So these 2 pieces are from the paper pack, and we just married them together to make a border. Now, simply define tape runners. We have 3 different kinds. We have the permanent, we have the permanent plus, which is stronger, and we have removable, which is just that, removable, not repositionable. There's 98 feet on the permanent for $6.99, which is more than twice the most a competitor, something comparable would be, for less than what they sell it for. A lot of tape runners are maximum at 40 feet, and they sell for anywhere from $6 to $8.99, 98 feet in our permanent. The little dotties on top, these little bumpies, that's where your finger goes. If you are feeling smooth over here, you've got it upside down. Bumpies, you always want to feel your bumpies. And we did color code them. So the darker purple is for your permanent plus, which would be like an extreme tape. Your red is your permanent, that's your normal tape. And your pinky lavendery is your removable. So how do they work? Well, first off, you can open them. Somebody had a question, can you open them? Yes, you can open them. We built them so that they can be opened. Do we sell refills for them? No. Be honest, to be honest, the money is in the adhesive, not in the container. So at $6.99 for 98 feet of tape, the refill was gonna cost about the same. So now what I have learned is that if it's not rolling for you, chances are you don't have any adhesive on the bottom side. You just have to roll it up a little bit until you can feel some adhesive, because that adhesive needs to grab the paper so you can roll. Also, you don't have to push down too hard. You just need to be one with the tape runner and let it go. Just be one with the tape runner. And finally, with mine, you don't have a lot of those long tails, but you can do a quick little whip if you want to make it cut really even and smooth. Now, let's see, I'm gonna just take it and zoop, look at that. Zoop, look at that. Zoop, look at that. I have come such a long way. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in there. Oh, you can. Look at. I'm so proud of myself. I just needed to get over. I needed to get over myself, quite frankly. I was the one hanging myself up. Now, if I wanted to run it again and it doesn't run, it's because I need to roll this up just a little bit until there's the adhesive, until I can feel the adhesive. And then I can start again. And I'm not pressing too hard. I'm just zip, zip. Yes, you need to make the sound effects. So I skipped it. So I'm gonna roll it up just a little bit to get my adhesive going again. And zip, So there, I have mastered the tape roll. I am so excited and so proud of myself. I just had to do it. And then, well, not the prettiest sides, but then we can put them together to start to build our card. Of course, I've got tape runner right there, so I'm gonna grab another piece. And maybe this one. Oh, that's a lot going on. I don't know that I mind a lot going on, actually. Ooh, maybe these two. Okay, so I'm gonna take, oh, that's awful dark though. Stop worrying about it, right, Stacey? Just do it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my tape runner and I'm just gonna put a little bit, I'm rolling it up just a little bit so I can feel. Now, if you do roll it backwards, all you have to do is roll this until you feel the adhesive again. And yes, you can open it if you need to. Zip! Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Okay. So that's how we started this card. We took 2 pieces of paper and just laid them on top of each other to give us a pattern. Now we're bringing back what's old is new again. And I haven't had these in the shop for a really long time because the company we were buying them from didn't do such a good job. So I was very concerned about them. But then I reached out to Marvi Yoshida and they sent me samples of them after Sizzix had come in and used them for a make and take. Sizzix had used these during a make and take, and the customers, everybody loved them so much, but I was still pretty skeptical about them. And truly, if it wasn't for Sizzix, these wouldn't be here because I would have never tried them again. So the first company that we had years ago isn't the same as what we're showing you now. These are Marvi Yoshida, and they are a beautiful paint pen, but they are a paint pen. It's got a very fine chisel edge nib to it. And when you use it, it makes the most beautiful edges. And I'm just going straight down. And it just borders. Look at how pretty is that. Okay, what's the trick with these though? Let me tell you. Now I'm going to turn it this way. Can you see that? First off, I'm doing it on a white piece of paper. Oh, I'm not straight. I got my tape roller down just fine, but I didn't line up my paper very good. Okay. So I'm laying it down on a white piece of paper so I can follow my edge. And I'm not putting it straight down like this. I'm not holding it perpendicular to my paper. I'm holding it at an angle. And that is ever so important. You need to hold it at that angle to let that paint do its thing. Now I've got it on 2 sides. So when you get yours, it's going to come, shall we open one? Sure. That way you can see. When you get yours, it's going to come completely sealed. You got to get the wrapper off of it. And the nib is empty. You have to shake it up and then gently push that nib in. And it's going to take a little while to gravity feed before the nib starts filling up with paint. And it is a paint, which means it's opaque. If you go over something, it's going to cover it 100%. Just like you don't see the lines from the paper anymore, all you see is that beautiful gold. They're lovely to edge with, and I happen to like this size of the chisel better than the larger. So it's starting to fill. Can you see it's not white anymore? There we go. Ready to go. Okay, now, do you see how beautiful that nib is? It's brand new, lovely. Let me see if I've got one. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference between the 2 nibs. This one has been mushed. They have literally mushed it to where you can't use it anymore. It's just mush. When you use your paint pens, always use the side of it. Never straight down. Always use the side. And when you need to push it in to release a little more paint, be gentle with it. Be gentle with it. And then it's going to work beautifully for you every single time. And it makes just the most beautiful edges that are easy peasy. They kind of finish off the edges of your card. If you just need a little something more, to finish it, and then mat it onto your card. They're lovely to use. They do have a smell to them because they are paint. And I just really want to stress that you use the edge. You lay it down, not perpendicular. Lay it down. And my favorite color is the copper. Love, 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 love the copper. It is so rich and so beautiful. Let's see if I can run some copper on this one. And I guess I like the copper the best because it's not so easily found. There are gold and silver paint pens by lots of manufacturers, but the copper's got that rich color to it, and it's not overly feminine. It's great for guy. I love the copper, my favorite. But I wanted to show you how to use the paint pens accurately. I know that there are YouTubes out there that tell you or suggest that you take your paper and you create a little groove in your nib. Actually separate your nib so then you can just run it straight up. Well, that's okay if that's all you're ever going to do with your paint pen. But what if you want to do more with it? Once you put that groove in there, when you draw, you'll end up having a line there and a line there. If you have a groove, it won't be a beautiful solid line, which is what you want, a beautiful solid line. So paint pens have been around for a very long time. I don't know that the copper's been around for a very long time, but I do love how easy they are to use. And I love that the Marvy Ushita paint pen does what it says it's going to do, and it does it beautifully. I just don't want you to get it and then all of a sudden make mush. Where's my, oh, there's my mush nib. Make mush. That nib is just destroyed, as opposed to such a beautiful nib right there. And it doesn't take much to use it. It's kind of like the tape runner. You just have to let the pen do its job. Let it do what it's supposed to do. Don't try to force it, and don't try to push too hard. You won't be happy. So that is how we added the edges to our cards. And they're very simple to use, and they're relatively inexpensive. I want to say they're a little over $4 each, and then they're going to be on a YouTube Yummy. And they do have the gold, the silver, and the copper. I'm going to put those aside for just a minute because then I want to play with some of the things that come in your kit. Now, this is some of the die cuts that come with your kit. Oh, they're wheeling something up. I don't know what they're wheeling up, but they're wheeling something up. So some of the die cuts that come in your kit, they come in these two. And they're fine, they're lovely, they're nice, but what if you want to zhuzh them up a little bit? Again, that's where the paint pens come in and are really nice, because you can just do a basic outline on the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. So So it's going to take that kind of boring die cut and now give you a beautiful finished edge all the way around it, which kind of specials it. It makes it a little more, more attractive as opposed to just a plain border all the way around. So plain border, a little something, but it's not glittery and it's not blingy. It adds a richness. That's what I would say. It adds a richness to whatever you're working on. And again, you can use the gold, the silver, or the copper. And it doesn't have to be for squares. You can go in there and edge your hearts. You can edge your florally ones. It's really what you want it to be. I'm gonna take this one. Give a little bit of shake, a little bit of a push, and just edge away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and with almost no work at all, you've just added a little bit of special to it, a little bit more richness to it. And this will work, the paint pens will work on everything. They work on paper, they work on your card edges, they work on everything. So I really like them and I'm glad we brought them back in. Just know if you're out shopping for them in your local retail store, your mom and pop shop, see if they have the deco color. That's the ones that we like the best, the Deco Color by Marvy Yoshida. See if that's what they carry. If they do, know that you're gonna be really, really happy with it. I can't speak to some of the other brands because we've had some trouble with them, so I took them out of the store for quite some time. But now they're back and they're beautiful. Look at how pretty is that. Okay, they also have fine tip, what they call extra fine tip deco edge. Or deco color. And these extra fine tips they have a white body versus the color of the ink. And they are literally a pen to write with. So I could say, hello there, in gold. Or in silver, or in black, or in white. And the white is opaque, so it's going to cover everything up. I like these because you can sit there and take this that you just did and add a little bit of a message. Happy birthday. In gold. So these I think are great, and these are what we carried in the store. I love just how fine the nib is, the fact that it's really a writing instrument. So if you want to be able to sign cards in gold or in silver or opaque white, these are a great alternative for you. It gives you, the Deco Color really gives you a nice coverage without being too expensive, without making a mess. Yes, they do smell a little bit, but I think it's worth it. And again, if you're out there shopping at your local retailer, your local mom and pop, ask them for the Deco Color and see if they've got them. And if not, then come shop with us. But if you can find it locally, because I think you'll be really, really happy with it. You can just see just how it finishes it off. It took 2 pieces of paper that were kind of blah and added just a touch. Now, that's all I'm gonna do with what the bundle has. I'm gonna still use these pieces that came with the bundle, but I'm gonna use them in a way that maybe you hadn't seen before. And also, can you use these and put them on your resistant craft mat? Yes, you absolutely can. Will it just wipe off like a gelato or Memento ink? No, you need to just get a little scrubby and scrub it off, whatever you have in your sink at home. It doesn't just wipe right off. It absolutely will come off, no problem. This is a non-stick, non-slip mat that will not stick to it at all. It just takes a little bit. I just used a little scrubby and I was good, and it just comes right off. If you don't want to deal with that, just put a piece of paper underneath you. Now, one of the reasons I was worried about bringing in this bundle were these two packages right here. Because I could see some people saying, oh, I just don't use those. You know, what am I going to do with them? Well, they make a super fun and simple card to begin with. But assuming that you wanted to do more with them, there's so much in here. How would you ever use all of these? I want to show you how you're going to use all of these. And I'm going to do something completely and totally different than what they're intended for. Let's see. Got a few here. Let's play with this one, and let's play with this one, and let's play here. All right, so maybe this is not floating your boat. Maybe you're like, I am never going to use this. It's not my colors. I'm not crazy about the pattern. But if you turn it over, what you have is an empty canvas waiting for you to do something with it. This is not a typical paper. It is not like your standard cardstock. It is not like my 80-pound or 100-pound paper. This has got a coating on it that gives you that see that beautiful finish? But it's on the back side as well. So when you go through these and you start sorting them out and saying, yeah, I'd never use this one, and I probably wouldn't use this one. Too bad they put that there. I understand, I get it. I want to show you how you can take these and make them something that you would use. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to pretend that this doesn't exist. Gone. Then I'm going to take ink that I already own. I'm going to start with Memento. So I have my Memento dewdrops out here. I'm going to start with ink I already own. You shouldn't have to go out and buy. Will all inks work with this? I'm not sure, but give it a try before you go out and buy more ink. If you do have to buy more ink, buy the dewdrop size. I'm going to be playing with pretty fun colors. Colors that you might not use every single day. You might use your black and your brown all the time, but maybe these aren't the go-to colors for you. You buy the dewdrop size, they're $2.29, and that way you have a huge assortment of colors without spending a lot of money. If it turns out that you seem to be using this one all the time and you want to buy a full-size pad, go ahead. I get it. I would want a black full-size pad as opposed to a black little dewdrop, but maybe I don't need an orange full-size pad, but I'd like to have an orange color in my arsenal at home. Buy the dewdrop size, save yourself some money. You can get, I think, 3 dewdrops for the price of 1 regular size pad. So I'm going to be playing with my Memento. And I am literally going to color this. I'm just going to add my ink on down. And I'm going straight from my Memento. And I'm going to color the whole thing. So do you all remember when, I wonder if my other colors, my other purple is better. When Martha Stewart had all of these punches and they would make these borders for you and you would punch them out. So I am just going to give that some color. Straight to it. Now, because it does have a coating on that paper, it is going to take it a little time to dry. But what if you just don't want a purple border? What if you wanted it to look like it's textured, or that it almost like it's textured paper? What if you wanted to give it another element, another dimension, without having to do much more to it? Because right now, you're already sure you're never going to use that. but you've been working on a card and you needed a little something, and these were the colors that you were using, and you wanted to do it in purple, and you needed a little border to go down the side. You know you don't want that. So you colored it to your own color, but it's kind of flat. It doesn't have much going on. What do I do to it? Well, easy peasy. Take a baby wipe. Kind of scrunch it up. And now you've changed the whole look. You've absolutely changed the whole look from something just flat to something that's got a little bit of dimension to it. And all I used was a baby wipe to pull up some of the color. That's it. What if you said, oh, I took off too much purple. I wanted more purple added back in. Okay, take your purple, go right back over the top. Add your purple back in. But what you're doing with that baby wipe is you're using it to pick up some of that color. And now, a little here, a little there, a little there. You've given that piece of paper, a flat piece of paper, a texture to it that it didn't have before. And you can go down and do your whole piece. But then you say, well, can you blend your colors? Sure, you can blend your colors. Let's grab another one. And let's do this one. This time, let's take my blue. Same thing, I'm going to color the whole thing. So I'm going to leave half of it plain and half of it blue. So I don't like this. I'm never going to use that. But I colored the whole thing blue. And because this has got a coating on it, and because it's so thick, it doesn't warp. Look at the blue on there. Now I'm going to take my baby wipe. And with just a baby wipe, I'm going to come in and just kind of pick up some of that color. Maybe a little more color off there. And give it this textured, beautiful finish. It almost looks like you took ribbon, seam binding, and you scrunched it up with the color. That's the look that it has to it. But remember, I said you can add other color to it. See if I can get some purple in here. Let's see if I go straight to it. I need a darker purple. I need a darker purple. All right, well, what other color do I know? It needs to be a, I don't think I have another color. I don't know if you can see that or not. What if I really lighten it? What if I go back in and I really lighten it? Look at how much color I can pick up. Look at the difference. See, it's wet, and as it dries, that gloss will go away. But I want that purple in there. Oh, there we go. So now I've put some purple back in, but I can pick that up too, just with a baby wipe. So it's up to you what you want it to be. You have options with this, and you're using the back side of something you would normally throw away. Absolutely. And it gives you that beautiful, beautiful beautiful watercolor look under your card, your scrapbooks, your layouts, your mixed media. How pretty is that? Totally different than this. Doesn't look anything like that anymore. Now it looks like something that you are going to be using with whatever you've got going on here. Let's do a card. So here I've got a blank one. Maybe you don't need to put a sentiment down. Let's go ahead and let's take the blue. Blue? Sure, why not? And I'm just gonna get it all on there. Make the whole thing blue. So we totally forget that this is even on the side. We're going for this. Now it's wet. You can see that it's wet because this has a coating onto it, so that ink has got to absorb in. But before it does, I'm going to take my wet wipe and I'm going to just grab my tweezers so I hold it in place. Nope, do it by hand. I'm just going to swipe. I'm just going to swipe. How pretty is that? I just swiped the ink back and forth to give kind of a little bit of a oceany feel to it. It doesn't look like plain paper anymore. It looks like it's got some movement to it. And remember, on the other side was this. Maybe this is ooh, or maybe you already used this 4 times and you got 6 of them and you wanted to do something different and you needed something to matte. Well, now you've got this beautiful finish. Absolutely beautiful finish. And then we could take the smaller one and we could ink it up with blue again. Same blue. Only this time, we're really going to wipe it down. So instead of leaving it like that, and instead of swiping it, I'm just really going to wipe it down, giving me a really wonderful monochromatic look. Because it's going to blend with this one beautifully, because it's the same color. I'm going to leave a little bit of texture on there, because I don't want it to look just flat. Does that not look like you watercolored it? It started out looking like that, and it ended up looking like this, which now, because these are all made to go together, you can nest inside there. And now you can take one of the stamps that comes in the bundle, because you get 3 different stamp sets, and you could stamp. You can never have too much happy right in the center of here. So instead of throwing these away, thinking that you might not use them, play with them. See what can be done. Same ink pad. Same ink pad, I'm going to wipe up. But 2 totally different colors depending on how much ink I wipe off. What if we did it in, what if we did this one? And we did it in the deep red, the rhubarb stalk. And I just inked the whole thing. It's got that beautiful doily shape to it. So why throw it away just because you don't like what's on the other side? So I've got my color, and then take my wet wipe, and maybe just do my edges, leaving that darker color in the center. And once it's dry, you're good to go. And you can go back in, take a little more color off if you want. What if you say, oh no, I want that color back? Grab your ink pad and go right back over the top of it. And you're good to start again until you have it exactly the way you want it. And then you just need to let it dry. Give it a few minutes and let it dry. And then you can stamp. You can layer something else in the center. But you have options. You absolutely have options. What if I wanted to take this one and edge it? I could take my gold pen, bring over my paper, bring over my gold ink marker. Ooh, Stacey just went off the edge. What if I wanted to add the edge to it? I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm edged, made that one a little heavy. I can put this on top of it, off center. I can center it, I can stamp it. I can edge this one as well. Let's see if I can keep this one really fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I've got them both edged. Okay, it started like this. This is what we started with. This is what we're finishing with. All with words or designs that you thought you might not want. But because of the coating on it, it allows you to take that ink and just play. You don't even have to keep them this shape. Let's say you have this one and you want to make your own background colors. So let's take a little bit of yellow and maybe a little bit of orange. And I don't know how it's gonna look, but a pop of red. Whoop, 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 whoop. So that's what I've got. Kind of looks like a hot mess. Take my wet wipey, go in there, and what do I want it to be? Do I want to swipe it back and forth and blend the colors that way, almost to give me kind of a sunset kind of look? Do I want to blot? A little bit of whoop, 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 whoop. It's really up to you. want to blot it. I don't know what I want. But I know, now that I've got my color on there, I could take a die cut flower and die cut this. I don't have to leave it like this. I can then take it and do something more with it. I could get almost all of this off and really make almost like a sunset going on. It's amazing what you can do with the backs of these things because you have options. Let's see. So I've got my red heart. Take my wipey. Oh, I want to get it nice and solid on the bottom. And then I'm just going to kind of go from the top and work it on down. I can add a little more back in. And it almost looks like it's a falling heart, like the color, like an ombre look. Get it really light up top here. And now it's got almost an ombre look where it's going light to dark. All done with a wipey. Oh, that looks good. I like that one. Now you can see it's not quite dry. Up top here, this is dry already. You got to give it some time to dry. Look at how pretty is that. Started as this. You may never use that. Finished as this. Here, look at, it's all dry. How pretty is that? Again, on your card. How beautiful is that? Now you may use that, and once it's all dry, stamp on it. You can stamp your sentiment on it. You can edge it, but you're just taking something that you might throw away and decide to do something else with it. Okay, here's a photo corner that comes with it. Maybe you look at that photo corner and you say, oh yes, I'm never going to use that photo corner. Absolutely not. But maybe if we change it to the color of the project you're working on, maybe you say, oh, that looks so much better. Now I can leave it and just have it colored, but I like the textured look to it. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that. And when it dries, maybe that is something you would use versus whatever color it started out to be. It was something like that. Maybe you don't like that, but my goodness gracious, you would certainly use this if you've got a spring card going, an Easter card going, and with that blotting, it gives it just that little bit of texture. So it takes that paper and elevates it into something completely different. It's all been edged. I did the same thing with this. 2 different colored inks. But look at how pretty when it's all done. Stamp your sentiment. If you're not going to need to save the date, then just do something else with it. And if you've already got memento inks and baby wipes, you're ahead of the game. Oh my goodness gracious. So here's the smaller one that I did earlier. So I did the bigger one for you guys, and You could even stack those two together and make it work. I did a whole sunset on the back of Together Forever. Well, maybe not forever, but my goodness, don't throw them away. Play. It doesn't cost anything. You've already spent your money on them. You already purchased them. You already maybe have packs in your stash of embellishment, paper embellishments that you're saying that have a nice gloss finish on them, that you're saying, what would I ever do with these? Get your inks and turn them over. Plain purple, purple after I've blotted it. Turn them over and allow yourself the opportunity to see what can be done. You never, never, never know. I love my heart. I do. I love my heart. All right. So what did we do? Well, first we showed the bundle off, and then I showed you how to use the paint pens. They are Deco Color by Yoshida Marvi Yoshida. And they're meant to do beautiful edges, and they do beautiful edges as long as you use them properly. You want to use the side of them. You don't want to be perpendicular. You don't want to push down too hard. You don't have to. Let the pen do the work. It will, I promise. Let's grab a piece of, let the pen do the work. Oh, that's my fine tip. Let the pen do the work. Look at how pretty it would edge that. Just adding a little something, something to it without glitter or bling. When you need something to be done quick, but you want to add a little more to it. Let the pen do the work. I'm not perpendicular. I'm to the side. I'm letting that chisel edge do its thing. And I'm just following. Ah. There we go. Let the pen do the work. And remember, if you need more paint out of it, just press lightly. Just press lightly. They come in gold, silver, and copper. But more importantly, we took the things that might be in the bundle. The dies are awesome. The stamps are awesome. The paper is awesome. The embossing folders are awesome. These, they're nice to have, but you may not use all of them. And I wanted to give you a way to use all of them. And all you have to do is just play. Well, I like the green. Ooh, what if we had a butterfly? And what if we put yellow in the center of our butterfly and a little bit of orange on the side and orange on the side, and then a touch of red maybe up on the tips. And I just took my wet White-Bee and started to blend them. You can make beautiful things. Out of something that started, maybe you love that, but maybe you only need one of that. Well, here's your opportunity to play and do more. I like the yellow. Yellow is really vibrant on here. You want to wipe up more? Go back in and wipe up some more. You want to lay more color down? Go back in, lay more color down. You want to blend it more? Go back in and move it around a little bit more. You're on such heavy cardstock. You want to pick the color up because you want to be specific about where you put it. Dip it in and have at it. Wet wipey right into your ink. And I can be specific on where I put that darker color. Fold it up. And I've now got a butterfly out of something that I probably would not have used. Or maybe I used it a couple times. You get several of them. But what do you want to do? You've run out of paper. You still have all of these items left. Play with them. All right. So like I showed you, so pretty. I did one in red just as a border. Did the sunset. Did the beautiful, just went shh. Same color. I just picked up more ink with this one. Same exact color. Now you can stamp on it, put it onto your card base. You can do this. You can take all these bits and pieces that you might not have used and make something out of them. Love, love, love. All right. So if you've got Memento ink and wet wipies, you're already a step ahead. Assuming you have some embellishments that are on a high gloss paper. And if you don't, they come with your bundle. And not to say that you wouldn't use some of these like we did, because they are very pretty. They are very, very pretty when put together. But you don't want to throw away the ones that you may not like. Turn them over and do something else with them. The back sides sometimes are better than the front side. I say that about pattern paper all the time. So when you come to our store, we take our pattern paper, our 12 by 12s, and we turn over a corner of it. We flip a whole corner over it so you can see the back side of the paper, because sometimes the back side is so much better than the front side. But if you never see the back side, how do you know that you can do something like this out of something like that? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm going to show you samples that we did with the bundle just the way it is. And I have made such a mess here. I want to make sure all my inks are covered. Oh yeah, there it is. Where's that green one? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we took that and instead we made that. And because you get to match it to whatever you're working with, if you've got the colors, you've got opportunity. You've got options. Okay, so let's start with, we've got the Deco Colors. These are the fine, extra fine tip. If they've got the white, then you know it's that super fine tip that lets you write happy birthday or happy anniversary or thank you. Here I wrote it, the little sentiment said thank you, and I just wrote love Stacey. So these are meant to be able to actually write. The fatter ones come in copper, gold, and silver, and they've got that chisel edge, which lets you edge beautifully. Then we have samples from the actual bundle. So here we've used the peacock feather, we've die cut it out, and we've used the sentiment just as it was intended. Used the paper from the 6x6 paper pad. Get all of this out of my way. There we go. Really pretty. Here's one that they did in the make and take, or similar to. Again, just using things out of the bundle as shown. Look at this one. This is using that die. Is that not gorgeous? The die itself, if you just bought the 2 dies regularly, that costs the price of the bundle. So pretty. Here we go again with the peacock feather, one of the larger sentiments. some of the border. We use the embossing folder for the background on plain or on colored cardstock. So the bundle will let you do, gosh, I can't even say, probably 50, 60 cards easy without blinking an eye. Isn't that beautiful? And this has got a poem on it. Simple, easy, nothing extra. Here's another one. This has got both dies. This has got the frame or the label and the peacock. And the embossing, one of the embossing folders to do the texture. Here, we took Copic markers and colored in. So if you wanted to color in your butterflies or your flowers, and you've got permanent markers, Sharpies or Bics or Copic markers, you can actually do that as well. How pretty. So this is using the Ohhhlala bundle that we have from Ultimate Crafts. This is also using the Ohhhlala bundle from Ultimate Crafts, just using the back sides of the die cuts that you may not like or want to use, and coloring them with Memento inks, and then making something new out of something you might have thought of just, yeah, maybe that's not you. Oh, but maybe that is you. So pretty. So before and after. Just colored and blotted up with my baby wipe. All right, you guys, that's it for today. I have conquered my fear of tape runners. Remember, you get 98 feet, which is more than double. The closest brand is for less than what they sell one of them for, $6.99. You've got the permanent, you've got the permanent plus, which is a little bit stronger. You get 82 feet. And then you've got removable, which is different than repositionable. Removable makes anything you want into an instant Post-it note. So if you're doing masking and you need to put that down, but you don't want it to ruin your paper, this will hold it in place. Are you sending a gift card, but you don't want it to ruin the card once they receive it? You want them to be able to pull it off? Use this. Are you sending a picture? Use the removable, because once you put it on, it never, 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 never dries to permanent. Never. It just stays so that you can just rub it right off and it will do no harm ever to your paper. All right, it's me, Stacey. I'm gonna tilt on up. I'm gonna say, oh, that's me really big. I don't know what it looks like on your end, but on my end, I'm like this big. Okay, so the paint pins, fabulous, love them, glad that they're back. They absolutely have a point and a use in the crafting industry. So way to go, Marvi Yoshida, love them. And thanks to Ultimate Crafts for giving us an amazing bundle, $150 worth of product for $29.99. I don't know if there's any left. Hopefully there is if you saw this, and hopefully you were able to get one. And if not, don't worry, there's always something else wonderful coming around the bend. And if you have leftover die cuts from packages, whether it be Kaiser Craft or whomever, turn them over. See what you can do with them. It can be absolutely amazing. All right, find all this great product at scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and I will see you next Saturday for the next release of Simply Defined. Bye, everybody.